Okay, so right now we're making a calf milk replacer. This is the bucket I'm adding. I've got about a gallon of milk in here. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to take this cup, which is probably going to be in the milk replacer over here, and I'm going to take 3 scoops. So you open it up, and that's good enough for 1 scoop right there. And as you pour it in, now you're going to want to make sure there's water in the bucket first before you pour the powder in. Otherwise what will happen is the powder will cake along the bottom edge, and you have to stick your hand in there to really get it. So at this point I get about half full, and I add 3 of these cups. Okay, so I've got 3 cups in there of those big yellow Dickey cups. Got the hot water on, and just mix it up till it's pretty much all the powder is gone. You'll see it. But I do it this way because then it doesn't stick to the bottom as you're mixing it. And this I just sit right up there. Now I fill this up to about 1 inch or 2 inches below the top of the end there, okay? And then from here you pour this directly into the milk bar. Okay, so here is the level is where I'm going to be at today, because we're going to be putting in the milk bar, and I know there's going to be, let's see, probably about 5 calves drinking off of it. Okay, are you on? Okay, so as you can see, the 5 calves that are going to be nursing on the milk bar, which is this, are already ready to go. So what I'm going to do, pour them in here. I do a little bit just so I can take the weight off. The rest into there. The 5 that drink out of it are already kind of know. Point over there, Shane. You've got 1 over there, and these 2 are going to be nursing off the cows. So, back up a minute. So all we do is just kind of push on these 2. Make sure when you're doing this, go ahead and latch the gate. All you have to do is latch it through there. That way the calves don't knock it over and get back into the other cows. Go ahead and stop it. Okay, so we've got, this cow is Lucy. She's a nurse cow. This cow with the blue halter is Pineapple. She's a nurse cow. The cow that we're going to be milking is this one here, which is Maple with the purple halter, and then this one over here, which is Topaz, and she also has a purple halter. So this purple halter is just a nurse cow. She's gonna love you though, but this is all you have to do. Notice they want to come out and see the babies. So Pineapple will go straight toward the babies. Shane, close the gate. And you see, they know where to go. She's going to go look for green grass first. Shane, go grab her. Go grab her. Hey, Lucy. You can always connect lead ropes and do them one at a time if you want. But there is nothing to do with these calves. So here she comes running. She wants to see her babies. And the babies know exactly what to do. They know exactly who to go to. And then so they'll sit there and nurse while we're milking the other 2 cows. Okay, so here's Maple. She won't usually stick her head through until there's grain in there. So for the grain, get a full scoop. You have to push your head back a little bit sometimes, and she'll get that whole thing. Then all you do is, it was open like this, just close it, latch down, and she can't get her head out. Okay, so in the garage, we've got milk bucket that is hanging and sterilized right now. We've got a bleach bucket This is an acid milkstone remover bucket. We've got the grain. There's different things over here you don't necessarily have to worry about. We've got the claw. This is the cleaning setup for the claw. And then the actual cleaning part that we stick in the bucket, which is the bleach bucket and the milkstone remover bucket, is right here. That sucks the sanitary water up in there, goes through the claw, cleans the milk out of the claw, goes through here, goes through the lid, goes into the bucket. Then you end up dumping that out. So we've got our vacuum pump here. This is a reservoir. You shouldn't have to mess with anything over here. The only thing you should have to mess with is these two pieces of pipe right here. To start with, the one without the end is the one you need to actually pump with. Okay? The actual chemicals: bleach, acid milkstone remover. Me. You there?
Yeah.
Okay. So, when you pull these off, grab a hold of the black plastic, not the silver, otherwise you'll pull the plastic off. Silver. We've got the plug, lid, and the bucket. The claw, all I do is I just hang it with this little loop right here. Hang it up on top. Lid just sits on top. Handle goes over, locks on. One of the two hoses, the one that does not have anything on the end, goes on the end here. If you're not plugged in, and it's cold enough that I did not plug it in so I could turn the heater on, so now you plug it in, there's a switch here at the bottom that just turns the vacuum pump on and off. Zoom in, come over here. Okay, a couple of things. When you go to start milking, back up a minute. You've got this piece here. This is used for cleaning, so if we're going to use it, we got to make sure we put the plug back in. To be able to build vacuum, you got to pull it up to where it'll hold it. Now, if I push it down, you can hear it. Okay, so I'm going to let it build up vacuum while I clean the cow. So I'm going to take a new rag,
Scoop back.
dip the hot water. What I'm going to do is just make sure that the teats are clean. Now Maple, she's a sweetheart. So if you need more room for her leg, just push on her leg. There you go, and she opens it up. Gives you more room to work. Now, what I do is I take a dry part of the rag and then I dry off the teats. That way the things will stick better to them. Now, you want to prime a little bit, so grab up high and squeeze. And so you want to do at least one squirt out of each one to clear out anything that might be in that setup. Now, the way I do this is I turn it all the way over. Now, if I push this up, nothing is losing air because it crimps it off. But as soon as I do this, it'll grab a hold of it. So what I do is the first thing I do, I have everything closed up. With this cow, I come in from behind because the teats are set back a little bit. I grab both of these, I put them right up in there, and I push it up with my hand. Once those are attached, you're good. Just grab this one, throw it on, throw it on. I just put the hose up there, and you're ready, and you're done. You're milking right now. You can tell you're done milking when the milk stops flowing through there. One of the things you want to look at to make sure that she's getting cleaned out is right now you see she's fairly taut. Okay, there's no wrinkles. What'll happen is you see how these have wrinkles up top here? She's already draining out. When she's done, these wrinkles will be all the way down here, so you can already see them wrinkles starting to form down here because she's draining that fast. Okay, she'll get about 2.5 to 3 gallons out in about 4 to 5 minutes. There you go. Okay, go. Okay, so I filled up the purple bucket, which is the bleach bucket. I haven't put any bleach in it yet. What I did was I filled it all the way up, then I came out and poured some in here. As you can see, this is about 3/4 of the way full. So bleach, orange, white, orange, white, orange. That's the chemical color. So all I do is you put in maybe about 1/2 cup of the bleach, because that's concentrate. Now this is the milkstone remover, And you don't need very much of that. Maybe about a quarter of a cup, if that. Make sure you cap it, otherwise they'll evaporate out. So to start with, remember this one? This hose sat over here. This hose goes in the green bucket first. Turn your pump on, grab your hose. Your lid goes on like normal. And these, all you do is you put them up in there, wobble them, get them to latch on. A little bit harder when you're doing it one-handed, but you can get it done. Okay, now the only thing you have to pay attention to is right here, this center hose comes in. That's a little button that we had to make sure it was plugged in earlier. Now, once you build up enough vacuum, and you'll know because there's the gauge, so that's enough vacuum to make this work. All you're going to do is come over here, push this button. You'll hear the diaphragm running. You'll see the fluid come up that back hose. It comes in the top, comes through here, and is now cleaning. Now that milk stone remover is actually what gets rid of that milk film that's in the actual, like in a glass of milk and stuff. Once I get through with this whole bucket, I'll dump this out. All I gotta do, and what I do, is I just undo this right here. But I just basically take the lid off, set it right here on the purple bucket, dump this out, come back, put it back on, and then suck the bleach water through. So basically what I'm doing is I'm removing the milk suds, or the milk stone stuff, and then I'm bleaching it, which is sterilizing it. Okay, so I dumped this out, I put it right back on. You notice you don't have to have the handle up. You just got to make sure you push it down for a few seconds so that way you can start building up vacuum. As you can see, I'm building up vacuum. I've got this hose, which has a little red piece in it, in the bleach bucket. I'm going to push this up, which activates it. You can see it come up the back hose, comes through the top, comes through the claw. This is the claw here. And it's going in there. Okay, so now we're out of solution in here, the sterilizing solution. So what to do next? Well, what I do is I go ahead and I have to push the button in, but normally you don't have to. But basically you make sure this is running. I take it out and I shove my finger in the hole. That way basically what it does is it blocks it. I straighten it out. It's easier for the water to get down there. And I open it up and I hold it until the vacuum gets down low enough that it doesn't pulsate anymore. And as you can see, there's still residual water flowing through this. See, now it's not pulsing anymore. So then I can go ahead and hang this back over there. I can go ahead and undo this. Hang this one up over there as well. Shut my vacuum pump off. Now all I have to do is make sure I wipe that down pretty good. Dump that out, and then hang that bucket right back up there, and I'm done.